Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's trade breakdown. Had a little bit of a rough day today. Lost 70 handles, around 70 handles. Going into the day, I was looking for us to take out this high at least, and I was going to see what we were wanting to do, and then I was expecting to run up new all-time highs, no doubt. But I know there's a lot of weird stuff going on overseas with Iran and Russia and Ukraine, and I think the deal between the U.S. and Iran is, like, they've just been saying a lot of stuff about how it's fallen through, about how they're bombing Israel. I've just been seeing there's a lot of unknown going on overseas. And yeah, I mean, it was kind of a weird day for me, really, and I will show you why. So I was expecting the run to that buy side. I was expecting a retracement into London, then a run to the buy side. So that would look like this, pretty much. Here's London high, London low. We came down into here, touched constant encroachment, open range gap. I went long once we closed out of this first percent of fair value gap right here. So we come down into here, we make a nice little run, and we just don't quite get to this daily high right here, which I was expecting to at least get that and hopefully see us come up here. But that didn't happen, and I got married to it today, and I tried to long pretty much all day, and it wasn't, I kept getting stopped out of break even, this run from here to here was almost 100 handles. I had a trade from here to here, it was over 100 handles, and then at the end of the day, I went long here, expecting a run up here to take out these relative equal highs, but they poked me out one more time, and they ended up running up there. So it was a rough day. Wasn't trading necessarily horrible, just really got married to wanting to see these highs come out, and the price was showing me that it didn't want to do so, and here is why. So as you can see on the daily chart right here, these NQ has taken this high and has taken this high. Now let's go look at ES. All ES has done is taken last Thursday's high. So this is last Thursday's high here. NQ, we took Wednesday's high on last Thursday, and then today we took Thursday's, and then just couldn't quite get up here to this high, and I was looking to maybe short after we took these highs, depending on what price is showing me it wanted to do. So I also respected this inversion fair value gap here, the only fair value gap up here in this top that was made. And inside of that, we have this rejection block right here, this hourly rejection block. So I'll go ahead and show you that. Let me go to 1 minute for you. Look a little closer. So you see how these bodies are respecting the midpoint of this rejection block over here. I graded it into octants and quadrants, and go up, touch the top quadrant, the top 0.75 of it. Bodies respect the constant encroachment on the 1 minute, and then we dump off. Then we respect the top of this suspension block up here, this daily suspension block that I've had highlighted for seems like days now. Yeah, then it pretty much proves to me that we're not going up there, and I just basically chose to ignore it today. This would have been a great short right here. That's classic. Run this we run this, we respect the midpoint, close below this daily suspension block. That's classic entry right there. That's what we're looking for a lot of the times. And this didn't happen if you missed that. We have first percent fair value gap here. We come down, show interest in exploring lower. Same thing with the opening range gap here. We close inside of it. We show that we don't want to explore outside of this anymore. And we come down here, close below this first presented, touch it one more time, then we're off. Take these relative equal lows here, and then we come down, touch midnight open, create these relative equal highs, then we come and actually do take out London. So, what were the trades that I took here? This is that first one I was talking about. Just came right up in here, almost touched 100 handles, couldn't quite get to that high. That would have been a good place to take profits, but we didn't get there. Stopped. Took out my full stop in this one. I never ended up moving my stop because I thought we could come down and tap this, maybe go higher. That didn't happen. I was proved wrong there. And then we created this London session divergence where I was looking to go long again. So this fair value gap that overlaps the consequent encroachment of this new week opening gap here. Also, that inverted this SIBI right here. So I'm long in there, and then ended up getting stopped at a break even again. Long in here, don't want to take out this high, don't want to touch the hourly BISI that was formed there. I'll show you in a minute. And then just come back down here, stop me out, and then take out London. So after we take out London, we're in the lunch session. I was anticipating a run out of it, which we got, but lunch session after a big move lower is always going to be, most of the time, it's going to be accumulation. If it's not, then it means it's probably going to be a big downtrend day or a big down close day, expansion lower. So come down and take out London, and then I was wanting to enter on this first unit fair value gap after 12, but I didn't think I was going to get that entry, so I just went long right in here as soon as we create a change in state of delivery here. So I was basically just longing off of this order block that was formed here. So get into that trade, and then come back and just barely poke me out of here. Let me highlight this for you again. This is the first percentage fair value gap after noon. So I put my stop loss under here, poked me out, and then I decided long again out of that exact same idea basically. So I longed here after we created this 1 minute order block here, came back up in here, showed no interest in going above this fair value gap that I talked about earlier. Came into consequent encroachment, stopped at break even, and then I just literally enter on the exact same trade once we start respecting this. And Thursdays, I forgot to mention this, Thursdays, first percent fair value gap. So that's why I always extend them across my chart, because especially when they line up with liquidity, they're going to be used over and over and over again. So we have London liquidity right in the middle, take London, and then we utilize this first presented basically the rest of the day. So I'm longing in here again. Not a bad little run. I'm hating this. Like I really wanted to see us move through this end log and then run higher up into this, fill some of these imbalances, maybe even take out this buy side, and we just didn't get that. So on this trade, I saw up to here, it was, I don't know, it's probably like 105 handles, 110 handles, something like that. And then moved my stop loss to here because I didn't want to see us come back to midnight open or close below this new week opening gap, and it was on a 5 minute order block. and just poked me out. While we were doing that, ES was taking out all of this lunch session liquidity, but NQ was not. So we have a New York lunch session liquidity divergence here. That's why I was expecting price to go higher again once I entered here. Poked me out for a loss. I think it was like 20 handles or something like that, 20 points. So, but still, this is good. This is a good thing to study here. This first percent fair value gap after noon closes over top. Is formed over top of Thursday's first percent fair value gap. And we have midnight open above that. Look how we're using these levels. I mean, even though this is really bad price action, all we're doing is accumulating orders. So we're still using the market's still running on an algorithm. We're still using these levels over and over and over again. So yeah, that was pretty much today. It was really rough, really long. It seemed like I was in a trade all day, but it just wasn't doing what I was wanting it to do. And that's just gonna happen if you're a trader. So it's gonna move on, go to the next day, learn from where you went wrong, learn from your mistakes. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Yeah, let's do a little bit of review and see what we're expecting the rest of the week here. So if we stay out of this SIBI here, keep respecting it, and this new week opening gap, if we stay above there and respect that, I can see us running these relative equal highs here for sure. If not, if we start rolling over, breaking down into this, I'm expecting us to come take out these relative equal daily lows here for sure. Maybe even move a little lower, but around all-time highs, kind of always got to be careful. Always expecting to be running them, but I think today that's kind of part of why they had this big huge down move, is because everybody, the whole retail market was expecting price to go to new all-time highs today, because it has been for literally months, has been running all-time highs over and over and over again. So